All right, so last year we taped a whole bunch of our projects. Design, presentation to the customer, and installation from start to finish. We're going to edit them down into a series of videos for each project, and we're going to show you as many projects from last year as we can possibly edit this winter while we're off. If you like content like this, like the videos, subscribe, and you'll see what we do, how we do it. So, I'm really excited about this, so let's get into the first video. I recently went on an appointment with some great people. They have a patio that has failed. They have covered their stoop up with a blue tarp because every time it rains, they seem to be getting water in their basement. We walked around, we took some measurements, we discussed what had happened with the patio. I gave them a very quick price because I have a book with square foot prices, so I just have to do length times width. I told them what it would cost to replace their existing patio with their existing patio, virtually just pulling up the bricks, removing half of their base, reinstalling the base properly, and redoing the bedding sand and resetting the pavers. That's one option. We talked about what it was going to cost, and the price point made it such that I didn't understand why they wanted to just reinstall their old patio as is. Now, their old bricks do have value, and I do think it's worth using them, but I explained to them we can reconfigure the patio and make this a new space. So after taking some measurements, we laid out some chairs in the yard to show them how big we could make the space if we reconfigured it with the old pavers. We could add some new pavers. They had talked about wanting a seat wall, wanting a fire pit. So I told them that we can come up with some designs. Worst case scenario, we redo their existing patio. But the number one thing we have to address is the water that's getting into the basement. So we're going to remove all their base because it's an old grade 8 base, which is a very common base. There's 3 types of stone. There's 3-inch stone, there's grade 8, and there's 3/4-inch stone. All 3 of those are used in patio installation. Grade 8 has 3/4-inch stone and screening, so when you compact it, it fortifies itself. That's very good. It makes for a very strong base. We still do a lot of grade 8 patios. A more popular way to do pavers now is a 3/4-inch clear base, as that creates a base that can actually hold water, and it can remove water and move water to different places. In their case, my advice was to excavate the patio deepest in the center so that when water runs down to the bottom of the base, it'll run to the center and then run a pipe out to the front where it's much lower elevation. If we put a 3/4-inch base on top of that, the water can run through the patio into the pipe out to the front. That's number one, most important. But I went to school for design, so I'm not just going to come in here and reinstall your old patio the way it was, unless that's what you want. But I would really like you to reconfigure it. The cost of laying it out in a different configuration is no different than laying it out in the old configuration. So I'm going to get started on design. I can't really talk to you the whole time. So what I think I'm going to do is just clone myself. Thank you for bringing me into your project. I'm excited to be with you guys, and I'm excited to hang out with you while you draw design. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to have you, because now you can explain to them what's going on, and I can focus on what I'm working on. Oh yeah, the Macrame design. They are great people, and it's going to be great to work on it. I can't wait to just talk to you about it. I'm working on the Macrame design, and I brought you along so that you could talk to them, so I don't have to talk to anyone, and that includes you. So I'm going to get started. All right? Okay, thank you. Well, I guess let's get to work. So, work. I'm going to let him work quite a bit faster than me. I'm going to explain to you what's going on, and while I explain to you what's going on, I will let him just zip along, because I don't think you want to watch this in the full amount of time that it takes to do this. I'll talk to you about what he's doing while he's doing it. Don't worry. He's starting to work on an RGB, which is a red, blue, and green design. We draw with blue to indicate paved surfaces, red to indicate constructed features like fire pits, seat walls, fireplaces, pergolas, steps, whatever is vertical. Blue is flat, green is plants. It's pretty simple. I lay a lot of stuff out in RGB. It's a good, fast method. Doug and I both draw in RGB, and then we can scan things and look at them. We don't have to be in the same place. We can critique each other's work. We can make changes, edits, things like that. So this first drawing right here, I came up with, this is one that's kind of just going to stay in RGB. It's, I don't know, crappy. I don't like it. It hits the square footage that they want to hit. We can actually use all their old pavers for this. We can accomplish everything they want. They have a bigger entertaining space, a small fire pit place, and a big entertaining space. They wanted overflow. They wanted separation of space. It's good. It works. I just don't know that I love it. And I don't think I'm going to put too much effort into this one. So the other one I drew is this guy here. I discarded the RGB, but it's pretty much a big square, and it shows the pergola area that he was asking for. So this one gives them the separation of space. This one gives them the pergola area. Still a separate fire pit. It's all right. I don't love this one either. So now this guy here. This is a good one. I like this RGB. It's got balance. We can introduce a small space to throw some new pavers in. I mean, I started coloring this one right away. I got pretty excited about it. It's got the black line there to indicate a second band of pavers. It's got the other line on the outside. It's definitely going to pop. We can throw the new pavers in there, expanding square footage. They did talk about maybe having a walkway one day. We could tie all that in, and we could border the old pavers with some new pavers to really tie all that, blend the two spaces. It's a tucked away little fire pit, but I don't like designated too much square footage for a fire pit. So this one I think is gonna be the winner. That's why I colored it all the way in right away. I was just excited to do it. I'm excited to present it to them. This one I colored quickly after, and this one I don't know that I'm gonna color at all. So that's what I think of them. You clearly know which one I think is the winner. Check it out on the screen there. But you know, we'll see what they say. So how about we do that? How about we head to the appointment and we present to them all three designs, pricing, and see how they feel about it. Let's go.
Initially, I thought that Scott was going to come and just rebuild what we already had that had issues with flooding in the backyard. But what it turned out to be was an entire redesign, and it was, not only did it correct our flooding problem, but it was a beautiful design that really enhanced our backyard. And it was great to see the ideas printed out on sheets of paper so we could talk about what would work, what wouldn't work for us, and then we could visualize how it was going to look in the long run.
So it turns out their favorite design was in line with my favorite design, which makes me happy because we get to install what I think is going to be the best product for the customer. We've put it together in some video. You can tune in and watch it with me in better detail over the next couple of weeks as I edit it down. And I look forward to sharing this with you. So, like this video, subscribe to our channel, watch the rest. You're going to see this project unfold. It was a fun one. It looked amazing in the end. I look forward to sharing it with you.